In the video yesterday, I said that Star Trek had broken my heart and that I was finding it really hard now to find anything positive in it because my expectations are just so damn low. Please just make this stop. Welcome to the Tachyon Pulse podcast.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
Okay, so you guys know that I've been telling you about what's going on at Skydance and Paramount with Secret Hideout over the last few months through the rumours and things that I've been hearing coming out of the insiders I get to speak to. I know for a fact that the reason why we're only getting 6 episodes in season 5 of Strange New Worlds is because they've been told, just make sure you're done by the end of this contract. And I've heard from a couple of sources now as well, some putting a positive spin on this actually, that they just basically, the creators over at Strange New Worlds, don't want to do a Star Trek Enterprise, where you had that very rushed, poor episode of Star Trek at the end because they didn't know they were getting cancelled, so they had to sort of rework that final episode, and came out to be one of the most hated episodes of Star Trek in history. The spin on it is that we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we do it right, so we'll just do 6. That's what we can do, and we won't try and force anything else. That to me screams that at very least Paramount have told them you might not get an extension to this deal. Now I also know that they've prepared a contract that they could deal with. I think that's just a business thing. I think they've got to put some sort of proposal across of like, if you can do this, we might think about it, type of thing. But really, from everything I've been told, the intention is to end the deal with Secret Hideout Star Trek. And I am, in this video, going to beg them to do it. I would get on my hands and knees, except I'm 47 years old and I won't be able to get back up again. Back. And beg them if I could. And I just think we're at a point where, okay, Star Trek has a fan base. They have people that still love Star Trek. But there are so many of us that just question what they do that we've got to a point now when you just got to say, just stop. How many mistakes is Kurtzman and Secret Hideout going to make before we just say, enough is enough? Now, I know you guys, a lot of you guys, I should say, went past that point a long time ago and just said, this is enough, this is dire, it's putrid Trek, and just move on. And I've tried really, really hard to be fair and balanced and give them a chance. I said, look, Picard season 3 was better. Watch it again. It's not really. I said the 5th season of Discovery was better. But compared to the rest, that's not really a glowing indictment of Star Trek. I said Strange New Worlds is ups and downs. This season has pretty much been downs, even though, again, I've tried so hard to find anything in it I like, and the last 3 episodes have been mediocre. That's not fair. There have been really good bits in it, but, not good bits in it as well. Overall, I would say, yeah. You shouldn't have to watch Star Trek and try to find something in it you like because you just so badly want Star Trek to be good again. You should just be able to watch Star Trek and enjoy it. Look, the murder mystery episode, another absolute awful episode of Star Trek, I was really looking forward to. And I remember speaking to this about somebody and they were sort of saying, no, you've misunderstood the episode, and tried to explain it to me. And I'm like, you shouldn't have to think about this on this level. Star Trek always had levels, but they were almost like subliminal, that you took lessons away from it. And because it was good, you almost like looked up to the way humanity was in that and almost like want to be that. You never used to have to like write an essay about what the creators were trying to do. It was just good on the surface, and then it quietly gave you little lessons along the way. They just don't do that now. I mean, I'm not going to say that Star Trek's woke now. I'm just not. But it's definitely more woke than it used to be. I hate that term. And I just think, as I said, it's becoming untenable now. Section 31 probably was the last nail in the coffin, if I'm honest. That was the episode that we have to come away and just go, look, it wasn't a film. It was barely a double episode. And that just, look, this is embarrassing now. And I know the guys over at Skydance thought the same. I know that talking to one actually relatively high up executive in there, that they were embarrassed. That the Skydance people were watching that going, what the hell is wrong with these people? Why can't they just... They got Michelle Yeoh in it, who's at the height of her career, and they still can't do a good Star Trek episode. What is wrong with these people? We really should have maybe ended it there, if we're honest. Paramount can't. Secret Hideout have got a deal. They can't get out of it. And that deal will run through till the end of next summer. And then, you know, we'll see what happens. But it can't continue. It's just so many creative errors. And I think if I was the bosses over at Skydance, and I kind of know they have looked at this, to be fair, I'd be looking at this and going, look, it's not just that creatively you're making bad decisions. On a business level, you're making really bad decisions. You are aiming Star Trek now at a younger audience, which is fine, but you are ignoring your audience that are in their 30s and 40s, and you're pissing them off. That's not a good business model. You create a foundation of the show with the fans you've already got, and then you try to build off that. You don't go, screw the foundation, we'll try to build a house just on sand. It doesn't work. It just generates negativity. They've done things like Section 31, which they rushed, they shouldn't have done. Creatively, and you could say as a business philosophy as well, really, that they've decided that Star Trek is its own genre and that they can just do whatever they want with it. And they can play with different genres within Strange New Worlds in particular. And this has come from Akiva Goldsman, really, from my understanding. It's moronic. He should never have been allowed to do it. If the people at Secret Hideout actually had any brains at all, they wouldn't have let him do it. They'd have basically said, no, Star Trek first. You can play with genres in and around that. And TNG did. DS9 did. Voyager did. They'd have little holodeck episodes and things for a bit of fun occasionally. Not every single episode. The bulk of it needs to be Star Trek. And I've always said this. I said this with the musical. 9 episodes of Star Trek, 1 episode you can play with is the absolute most I will accept. They're doing 3 or 4 quirky episodes every season, and they're messing with genres every single episode. And to be honest, I've had enough. I wanted to be positive. I did that video a couple of days ago saying 3 in a row. And I said that, even in that video, I said, look, I don't love the Farragut episode, blah, blah. It's just because they're not offensive. That's basically what I've realised. There's 3 not offensive episodes of Star Trek. And that's embarrassing. I think that's my takeaway. If I was Skydance, I would actually just be looking at this and going, this has got embarrassing. Kurtzman needs to go. He's never really understood what he was supposed to do in this job, and we're done with him. X-nay on the Kurtzman nay. Get him out. Let's have a fresh start. That's what we desperately need, is a fresh start. But guys, get into the comments and tell me what you think. I already know. But get into the comments and tell me what you think. Kurtzman out. Yeah? No? And really, what do we need moving on? Do we allow this whole new Trek to carry on being canon, or do we just reset it back to the end of Enterprise sort of thing and just go, yeah, we'll just pretend this lot didn't happen? Or do we pick and choose, a bit like Picard Season 3? They kind of picked and chose from the 2 season before what they were going to run with and what they were going to ignore. Maybe we'll just do that. Hybrid reboot. Get into the comments, tell me exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. It really helps us out, and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can become a member of the channel and get to see a lot of these videos up to 24 hours before everybody else. Go check that out too. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.